Look at me. Look at me. I'm alive again. I'm certainly not fit. All right. I'll let some people show up. What have we got? Can I get a chat in here? I think I could probably do that, couldn't I? Burn and learn. There you go. Can I do a chat? I think I could do a chat. If I can do this. Is there a way to do chat? Is there a little chat widget of some sort? Stream boss? That sounds interesting. Viewer account? No, I want to just see chat box. How's that? There you go. I want to add a source. Please enter the name of your source. All right, do that. Okay. Theme, Twitch. That sound all right? So look at that. Equiitis, how are you? Evie baby, how are you? Please feel free to talk amongst yourselves. I'm just playing with this little chat box thing. I thought I would see if I could get the chat in here. Again, I used to have the chat in here years ago. Old school? That's old school. Oh, you are? Are you there? I do see you there. Is that what's happening? Yes. Oh, look at that. Well, I've got the Twitch chat in there. I wonder if you can get the YouTube chat in there as well? That'd be good. If I do a chat, do the little chat thing, chat box. And let's do, can I add that source? Okay, I'm adding that source, but that's both of them. But can I change how this is set up? Theme, old school, chunky. Is there a way to pull it from a different, pull it from browser settings? That's interesting. Width, no. No, it seems like I've just got the Twitch one. Well, you know what? At least there's that. Let's get rid of the second one then, because we probably don't want to see that. Are you sure? I want to remove. Yes, I'm going to remove that. Very good. Okay. All right. I'm going to move this over. It's not really easy to see, but anyways. Oh my God. Hello, everyone. The Rion Pyrus is here. Equiitis. Mandy. Woohoo. It has been a long time. Meat Puppet 79. The hair looks tame today. I know it does. You know why? Because this is shameful of all shamefulness. Hello, Deepak QP. Hey, how you doing, David? We can't hear you. We can't hear you. Oh, you can't hear me? Oh. Let's just double check this. Yeah. No. All right. I think it may just be you. Okay, that was you. Okay, good. I thought Anchoritis would probably tell me if you couldn't hear me, but all right. As always, hey, you can't have any kind of a stream with me without some kind of audio panic mode at some point or another. Anyways, look, for everyone, this is my Burn and Learn. This is my bit to stay alive and fit long enough to raise my amazing son, Sebastian, and to enjoy my retirement life with my brilliant, beautiful wife, Jane. I hate exercise, so I like to learn something while I'm doing it. It's the only way I can talk myself into it. And I have not talked myself into it for a long time, I will admit. No, I've been shameful on the exercise front. In fact, I got a bit of a cold that threw me off, and then I've just been aches. It's been really weird, really, really odd. I have felt suitably old of late, and the exercise has really fallen by the wayside. So I thought today I have no excuse at all. I had a wonderful chat with a fabulous person from Decca. It's Dean Kamen's company today, and then I thought, you know what? I got nothing else on the books. I better get myself on the torture device. So I hopped on the elliptical and I just did 25 minutes because honestly, that was a struggle. It is amazing how quick it leaves you. Anyway, so hopefully I'll get back into a little bit more regular stuff of this. But I'm not going to beat myself up too much about it. But I just honestly really missed this. I missed this part of it. And I had this weird thing of I wouldn't go live because I hadn't done the exercise, and it's just I got it in my head. And I got some bad news. That kicked me a little bit. There was a film I was going to be doing in April, and it's been pushed possibly until maybe as much as next April, or certainly the end of the year. So just kind of a drag. I'm just feeling a bit low. Anyways, shades of Rodney McKay, indeed, many shades of Rodney McKay. I will say this: I've been having an awful lot of fun with the Shopify stuff. I built a little shop, and I started doing silly little. It started off as just Tech Bandit stuff, and then I had ideas for little sort of Stargate inspired stuff, and I've done that, and I've really been enjoying that as well. I'm also very much looking forward to catching up with young Lance Carr, who I haven't spoken to for ages. I just see New Zealand in there. Hey, Squigs, New Zealand. Good morning from New Zealand. Well, good morning to you. I'll be there soon. I'm not sure when. I'm there for the Tauranga. The Tauranga Comic-Con, I guess it's called, or whatever it is. And unfortunately, it's just the one event. I was hoping to do all of them, but I'm just not. There's too many things going on. So yeah, I'm doing an event in New Zealand. I'm doing an event in Prague, which I'm very excited about. And they wanted me to do a video, and then we got back to them and said, like, what do you need in the video? And we haven't heard back. So so this will be part of the video. There you go. Prague. I'll see you in Prague. Get your Comic-Con Prague tickets so that I can say hello. I'm going to go and visit the Prusa factory. I just told Josef about this today. I actually just tweeted him, X'd him, or whatever it's called, and told him to get off the damn platform and use text or WhatsApp or whatever. Anyway, so I just got in touch with him and let him know that I'm going to be in town. So I'm really looking forward to hopefully getting some time to hang out with him as well. Maybe I'll do one of those Prusa lives. Maybe I could do their Prusa podcast live from Prague, which would be rather wonderful. I'm also going to bring my son and my wife, which I'm very excited about. I've basically the film's not going, so I'm going to pull the trigger on a number of things that I was hoping to do, which I'd sort of put off because of the film. One of them is the Calgary Underground Film Festival. They're doing a little Cube retrospective, so my friend Vincenzo and I are going to go to that, I think. Then I'm going to go to, I think the plan is to go to Boston and go to the bio IT world, because I really want to delve into that side of stuff as well. Really, I got some really nerdy stuff. So I'm mixing in some wonderful, usual Stargate-y stuff, convention-y stuff with some convention stuff, and like science convention stuff, and I'm very, very excited about that. I've just spent yesterday afternoon at the University of Toronto doing escape room stuff. It's so neat. We've got biology students trying to build escape rooms that are related to the biology curriculum for grade 8, 8 through 12th, or whatever it is. So basically high school biology, and it's really, really fun to watch. I mean, some of them are struggling. Some of them have brilliant ideas. Some of them are just like, oh my God, but it's fun. So I got to sort of drop in yesterday. I was visiting a friend up there, and they were doing a sort of an open room day where they would come in and they talk to this wonderful professor, Asuk, who runs the class, and she sort of helped them walk through the process. And she thought, instead of having them just deliver something and get marked on it, she likes to have a couple of sessions where they come in and they run stuff by her, and so there's no sort of surprises on their part or her part. And I got to sit in on that and offer some suggestions and crack jokes and things like that. So it was wonderful. And hoping to do that again maybe next week. We'll see. Yeah, so just a lot of stuff going on. Not a lot of acting stuff, but a lot of fun sciencey stuff. That's for sure. Yeah, I'm really kind of excited about this. My friend calls it Science Dave. I'm in Science Dave mode. That's where I'm at right now. Cube in Calgary, you say, says Bud the Broken. Yeah, I think we're doing. Look, I don't think it's even been announced yet, but I'm probably jumping the gun on all of this stuff. But I'm also going to Basingstoke in England as well. So Basingstoke's like a freaking Stargate reunion. There's 1 million people there. Oh my God, I spoke to Rachel. I spoke to Rachel again too. I haven't talked to Rachel in years. We had a lovely chat on Sunday. My wife and I just sat down and talked to her about stuff. And God, it is. I hate her. I hate her because she hasn't changed at all. Like, she looks exactly the freaking same. No, I would argue she looks better than she did on Stargate. And I'm like, what the hell? Why am I the only old freaking man in this bunch here? Sucks. Anyways, yes, Basingstoke. I can't wait either. I cannot wait for Basingstoke. Sounds like good fun. It's true. It is definitely going to be some good fun. But I've also got to be fit, so I got to get this exercise back up and running again. If anyone's got advice, motivational advice or something, then you let me know, because I am, I really struggled the last however long it's been. I don't think I exercised without streaming. I might have done like one or two where I didn't stream, but other than that, I just wasn't exercising. And I feel like it's a weird post-COVID thing where I feel like when I get a cold now, I get COVID again. Like, that's how bad it feels, which is really weird. So I don't know. I guess we'll see how that. I may talk to the doctor about it or whatever. But it's very odd, and I find it gets in my head. it gets in my head, and I get sort of low as well as low energy. I get kind of low, so it doesn't help. Doesn't matter how long you were out of it, you chose to get back to it. That counts for something. Bud the Broken, I love you. That's the way I love it. Got it. Black Metal Werewolf is back with some fantastic emojis. I should hop on the YouTube one as well, shouldn't I? It's been so long, I've forgotten how to do this. So let me just pop on here and find myself. I must find myself, but on Google. What I normally do? I go view my channel. I go there. I go, oh look, I'm alive. I stopped that, and then I pop out the chat. There we go. Pop out the chat. Pop it out. There we go. Now we're back. And I'll close the rest of it. Do I want to leave the site? No, just whatever. Okay, do I have my little popped out chat? What am I doing? Okay, sorry, I'll be there in a sec. I'll be back in a sec. I'm going to pull this one out. I'm going to make all these ones smaller, and then I'm going to go back to my Streamlabs. Then I'm going to go, oh my God, this is complicated. I've got way too many windows open. I was not planning on doing this. And now, there you go. Hey! All right, so let's see what we've got on YouTube here. Rebel Time Lady, hello. Marco Maldini, Brimstone, Laura Richards, Ruth, and Shelley Bell, and Flecka, and Darren. Oh, my God. Jonathan Leeton Hoggett, how are you, sir? Brimstone, great. Just finished my burn, lifted 7.6 tons tonight. 6 tons? With what? Hopefully a machine of some sort, otherwise I'll be snapped in two. Stream jank is normal for everyone. It's so true, Rebel Time Lady. So true. Welcome to live chat. Remember to guard your privacy and abide by our community guidelines. I seem to break that all the time. Anyways, darn, now I have to get on my torture device. Laura Richards, is that what? Well, yeah, don't let my, I say if you're exercising and I'm not, you should just let me know. Just like, I don't know, like go to techbandits.org. Everyone, go there. Sign up for my email of awesome, which I think I'm going to change the name of. I think I'm going to call it I don't know what I'm going to call it yet. I think I should brand it with Tech Bandits, though, or something. So I'm thinking about changing the name, because the email of awesomeness, while I love it, it is an email of awesomeness. It's just not very descriptive for people who don't know what the email of awesomeness is, so I'm thinking about that. It's crazy they canceled this show. I know. Don't even freaking start me, Carlos, or Let's Get Magnetic. I don't know why they canceled. It's bizarre. I'm sitting here with a fever, being mid-40s and sick is not recommended. I know, Shelley Bell, I'm so sorry. I'll send you all of my antibodies. Go. I've had it too. It's just been miserable. Blurty Dad, my second brain. I'll tell you, Blurty Dad, I've been working on my second brain. And I think of all, I've gone back and forth to this and that. I've even started, get this, because of my brain foggy nature, I went back to my notebook, and I've started putting my calendar stuff in the notebook. That's how I've been organizing stuff of late. And it's been very effective, except I hate the paper idea. I feel like as a nerd, I'm doing something wrong. It should be electronic, Hype train, yay! It's fine for me. Oh, I see. So there's other people having sound. Good. Yeah. No, I do think it's you. I don't think it's me. Bud the Broken, thank you very much for throwing your Prime subscriptions at me. That's very kind of you. And the Rion Pyrus, or the Rion Pyrus? I should probably ask how you say that. The Rion Pyrus, the subscriber for 9 months. Holy cow. We could have had a baby. Nah, nerds love paper. I know, it is weird, isn't it? There is a nerdy love of paper there. I will give you that. Got my first ever job interview in a few hours. I'm nervous, so glad I could catch stream first. Flecka! Oh my God! Well, you're going to be great. What do you got? What do you need? What kind of words of encouragement do you need, Flecka? What are you going in for? Do you have time? I will inspire you with ASMR of me drinking decaf tea. Delicious. All right, everyone. Fingers crossed. Positive thoughts for Flecka, none of which is scientifically based in any way, but I just feel it's a nice thing to know that people are rooting for you. James Janis says you should grow a beard. 1 year, grow beard, no trimming, edging, etc. allowed. Both. Yeah, I mean, I could, but then I end up having to shave it for an audition. That's my issue. I had to do an audition the other day, and I was like, I can't have a freaking beard for that, so I had to shave for that. So let's find out what Flecka is going in for. Flecka, it's in a few hours. It's a construction job. That's awesome, Flecka. So what do you need to get a construction job? What do you need to do? Oh, most looking forward to seeing me in Prague. You got it, Morlocks. I'll see you there. I already bought my tickets, and I'm really looking forward to meeting you. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. Morlocks, make sure anyone who watches this stuff, anyone who reads the email, anyone who gives a crap about me in any way online, please let me know in person about it. I don't want to sort of say hi to people and find out after that they didn't want to say they were whoever on whatever. I would love to be able to put faces to some of these names. Of course, I say that. I'm absolutely terrible at names, so don't expect me to remember anyone's name. I'm absolutely hopeless at that. I'd love to do a year of beard would be awesome. I'd be like freaking Gandalf by then. It's a certificate one, so a traineeship. Oh my God, Flecka. Like what great freaking skills to have too. I mean, that's the stuff. They can only automate so much of that stuff. The construction thing is something that you're going to be, that's going to do you well. And then, all right, well, good luck with that, Flecka. I really hope that works out for you. Any cool buildings they're working on? I'm sure it'll work out. Let us know. Let us know for sure. Yes, Shelley Bell, you can do it, Flecka! You can do it! Will you ever come to Northern Norway, David? Oh my God. Hadnils, in a second I would come. Are there conventions there? Give me a convention or something. Give me, half of this stuff is just getting me a ticket to go there. My wife, just as I say, she whores me out to these conventions when she wants to go somewhere. She's actually going to New Zealand for there's a trade mission, a film, TV trade mission thing. And she was invited to do that, and they paid for most of it, but not everything. So she said, why don't you come along, David? Oh, look, a convention. And then that paid for the rest of it, so we're all going to go. It's kind of fun. I feel like I worry very much about my son missing school and his education, but at the same time, I feel like in the scheme of things, there is like so much he will get from, 10 days in New Zealand that he's not going to get at school. Same thing for Prague. I mean, I've never been to Prague, and my son will have gone there by the time he was 17 years old. I mean, how freaking cool is that? I just think it just opens things up to people. If you ever get in the New York City area, hit us up. We are Treasure Hunting Family Channel in New York. Really? We are a treasure hunting family channel in New York City. Not advertising. You can advertise your channel. That's fine with me. Not advertising my channel, but you wanted to see a face, and we definitely have faces on it. Oh, fantastic. So if I check out Let's Get Magnetic, I can check out your channel and watch you doing treasure hunting. I like the sound of that. Comic-Con in South Africa. Oh, get on it, Pepperkite. That would be fantastic. I haven't been to South Africa for years. I did a terrible television series. It was an episode of a television series there, but I had so much fun. It was just crazy. It was actually just after apartheid. So apartheid had ended, and I actually remember calling the union and saying, like, is it okay to go? Like, I feel like I don't want to be supporting anybody who shouldn't be supported. And they're like, no, God, no, we got to get out there. We got to start, it's got to open up now. And I went out there, and I was just absolutely blown away by it. It was like going to Australia as well, a similar thing. No offense to New Zealand, but New Zealand is very similar in my mind to Vancouver, to BC. And so it didn't feel quite as odd as Australia and South Africa did to me. So they were ones that they were countries that stuck in my head almost right away. And it was, and I was in Pretoria for a chunk of it too, which is not a pretty part of South Africa. For a construction job, you have to be able to construct. Good point, James. Well, let those notes guide you, Flecka. It's really so cool. I really hope I get it. Yeah, so do I. I think you will, Flecka. I don't know why. I think you will. What else we got? Town I live in is European Capital of Culture 2024. Started on Saturday. No conventions here in Bodo. Well, we should start one. The reality is I have wanted to get to Norway forever. Actually, for that matter, just that whole part of the world is somewhere that I've just never visited. I'd love to do that. Are you related to the computers and inkjet guys? Oh, I wish, James. You think would I be doing YouTube streams? Actually, I probably would. If I was a Hewlett-Packard Hewlett, do you think I'd be on here doing, actually, I totally would be. So no, I'm not related. I don't think there's any relation at all. Believe me, if I could find a connection, I would. You need that confidence boost. Thanks a lot. Thanks, LOL. Yeah, that's it, Flecka. I think, God, I think the things, what do I look for? I look for someone who listens. I look for someone who is who thinks a little bit thinks ahead on things, has a sense of I think is proactive in the way they work and in what they do, asks smart questions but not a million questions. I think honestly the biggest part though is just listening and doing what's needed. I mean, and just, I think that's the biggest part about it, honestly. I think that's makes a big difference. What did I learn during my burn? Good point, Rebel Time Lady. Okay, I was actually going to pull this up because I really, it's been a while. I got this like text from James R. Gurney saying like, what did you get lost in the immune system? Because I'd stopped at this part where we're at the Guardian section of The Cell, this book that I'm reading. And the thing that really blew me away was, I mean, there's a lot of stuff in here, but one of the things that sort of stood out to me was the idea of vaccination and how we think of vaccination as a sort of 1800s, 1900s, European kind of thing or American thing. And the reality is it's been around since like 900 AD. Now, they didn't understand the inner workings of it, but the idea of, Chinese healers, crushing up smallpox scabs and mixing it with rice and herbs and then firing it up kids' noses to make them immune has literally been happening since 900 AD, certainly according to this Song of the Cell book. And I was just kind of blown away by that. Again, you learn certainly the history and the sciences that I took. You don't really, they don't delve into that part of the world. It's only if it's not a white male, it didn't really matter when I was growing up. So it was just kind of fascinating to hear that this stuff had been around for so long. And that the whole nature of vaccinations and the idea of immunity came about when someone had discovered we discovered the immune system, basically discovered how the immune system worked, looking at like starfish, these transparent starfish, and you could sort of see these. He'd put a thorn, poor starfish, would put a thorn in one of the legs of the starfish, and then wait overnight, come back, and he could see all these cells clumping together to try to fight the invader basically in the body. And really early on, one of the first things they were trying to do was to come up with a way of making the immune system get rid of cancer. Like cancer was like a big one. And I guess that's important to this writer because this writer is an oncologist as well. So it's kind of a wonderful perspective on the cell because it is the cell from the view of both history and the discovery of how it worked and the science behind it, but also what can go wrong with it and how catastrophic that is. There's this wonderful, horrific image he has of when you remove the immune system from a fly. He was haunted by this image of this fly that had its immune system disabled, basically, and it was just like right away just started just being torn apart by bacteria and everything else. Sort of fascinating kind of an image. And then there was a terminology that I really, really liked that they talked about. They talked about the being a pox to cancer. The idea of like coming up with this vaccine that would be a pox to cancer. It was like a in the same way that they immunized way back when, immunizing people against smallpox. And I mean, we missed out a lot of this. I mean, so-called modern society missed out on a lot of this because we didn't have this culture of passing this stuff on. The stories about how you ground it up and you'd go and there were literally people who would go and buy the nicest looking pustules to use in just procure these horrible smallpox pustules that they would then, if you got the right one that wasn't too, you had to get the right one that wasn't going to kill the person you gave it to, but also wasn't too mild that it didn't create the immunity. It's just, once again, just the most fascinating stuff. One of the things that this ties into really nicely for me is this biology escape room stuff that I'm working with the University of Toronto on, and it is just amazing how complex this stuff is, and yet how simple it is, and yet how much of it is still a mystery to us. And I just, this book is a dream. I'm absolutely loving it. James R. Gurney, did you not watch my Kurzgesagt video about smallpox? I think I did, James, years ago, but I'm going to have to I guess I'll remind myself of that. I do remember the smallpox video, but that must have been ages ago. Oh, James. All right, Kurzgesagt. Let me see if I can find it. Kurtz. Are you able to post your Kurzgesagt? There we go. Kurzgesagt, and I want Kurzgesagt smallpox. There we go. Let me find it. Because as James R. Gurney says, Kurzgesagt is pretty freaking amazing. There we go. Is that the second deadliest virus? Is it the one called the second deadliest virus, James? Is that the one? If so, I've got a link to it right here. Oh, so do you. Oh, you can pick. Yeah, all right, you can do it there, but you can't do it on YouTube, can you? So I will copy this. I shall copy this link. I shall copy this wee link, if I can. There we go. And post it in the YouTube channel as well. In my little YouTube window of chat. My little YouTube window of chat. There we go. That is the one. There we go. Done. All right. Thanks, James. I posted it in the YouTube chat as well. Great. Yes. Kurzgesagt. And then literally just sit down and watch all of the Kurzgesagts because they're fantastic and I never say them right. I think I've done it. Uh-oh. What have you done? Cool. We'll be watching this. As we're watching, talking about deadlies. Isn't Marburg in the top list? Well, I don't have to ask James that. Who just subscribed? Scorpio. Thank you so much, Scorpio 256. Have you been around a lot? Well, thank you. What else have we got in here? A biology escape room idea sounds fascinating. Oh my God, I had so much fun. So we met. My friend is one of the biology professors there, who's introduced me to their other friend, who's another biology professor there. She does the introduction to biology, I believe, and then some more advanced courses as well. But she's amazing. Like, she's just like a pit bull on this stuff. She's like, great, escape room, new pedagogy or whatever they call it. Let's try it out. And I sort of jumped at the chance because it's the idea of taking this silly idea that I had. It's not just my idea. I mean, other people have had ideas as well. I mean, people have used escape rooms in learning before, and people have used design in escape rooms for learning. But I've not really seen it put into a structure like an established approach to how it could be used in a learning environment. And my thing is, I see a lot of these educational escape rooms in schools. They're really just another way of doing quizzes. It's just guess the missing word to finish the sentence. I mean, it feels just another way of doing what I would call boring school. And but the idea of like introducing them to the concept of escape puzzles. And then that don't necessarily even have to be learning ones. They can just be an escape puzzle of some sort that the class can do together. It's great team building. It's great for figuring out where you are in the scheme of things as a student, both as a student and as a teacher for that matter. And then the idea is that once that they've solved these things, they now go back and pick what they like and don't like, and they can start building their own. And my dream world now is one where, if you must do a high school play, I guess you could do a high school play. But I would like to see a high school escape room done every year, like an annual high school escape room that pulls together all these different learning streams, all these different levels of learning and different interests. Because if there's some way that in the future I could create a system that allows other kids to meet the kids I met when I was 13, 14 years old. Like, I mean, I met my film nerds when I was 13 or 14 years old. It changed my life, absolutely changed my life, because I'm still making films with them to this day. Hell, I'm going to Calgary Underground Film Festival with one of them to talk about the first film we made together. I just feel like I want to come up with a way of sort of formalizing that. And I think that escape room is the perfect way of doing that, because I could see us, if we had been presented with escape rooms as a project when we were kids, then, me being the wannabe actor would have fallen in with the wannabe filmmakers and the wannabe editors and and the stage designers and all. We fell in together during the plays as well. But imagine a system that allowed multiple different interests to draw their community together, to find your people, and it feels like one of those arcade games where you pop the coins in and they find their place at the bottom. And I feel like this would coalesce groups of people into like-minded people and bring them together and allow kids, I shouldn't just say kids, but I mean students, anyone for that matter, to find new areas of interest, and more importantly, I think find people who have similar areas of interest. And like I say, those are the friends that have this just kept me going. I mean, literally, these are people who I speak to every single Saturday. We get on a Zoom chat and still talk to this day. I mean, we were 13 years old. It's kind of incredible. Oops, I paused the chat because of something. Mercury Bullet. Oh my God, Mandy, you just gifted it. Thank you so much, Mandy. Look at you dragging other people into this nonsense. Yes, I'm trying to be here. Your time zone is too different. Yeah, I'm sure it is. Scorpio, where are you? What's the time difference? Thanks for restoring faith in humanity for many of us. I don't think that's, please don't make that my job. Great. I will know that I can trust this channel. You can trust this channel? How do you know you can trust this channel? I wouldn't trust this channel. What do we got? Go to board. I absolutely love Kurzgesagt. Yeah, they are amazing. I'm from Czech, so you see you at Comic-Con. You going to be there? Fantastic. Scorpio 256. Let me know. Tell me you were here. Give me your username when I see you. Yeah, God, I've never been to Prague before. I'm a little nervous that Zelenka is going to have all the answers because he's got the language on his side. So I feel definitely that I'm operating at a handicap here. So I'm a little nervous about that. But you'll see. Look at James. Oh, don't forget to look for James's name. Don't forget to look for James's name in the Kurzgesagt. Did we mention? Oh, did we mention that James actually wrote a number of those Kurzgesagt? Did we mention that? No, James has done some amazing stuff with Kurzgesagt, and you should definitely check them out. I'm creating t-shirts for Comic-Con with a photo. What? I'm creating a t-shirt for Comic-Con for photo with you. Oh, fantastic. Scorpio, I've been making t-shirts too, and I've really been enjoying it. I wouldn't say they were artistic triumphs, but they're certainly nerdly triumphs. I made one with with a ZPM on it that just says, using power, using power, using power. And I've just made a pair of socks. I made a pair of ZPM socks, which I am very proud of. So, how do you even find? I don't even know what the URL for that is. You just go to techbandits.org and hit the shop. There's a link in there somewhere. Anyways, it's kind of fun. Kurzgesagt, top tier. Good work, James. That is great to know. Thanks. Make me want to watch these videos even more. I'm going to wear my leadership t-shirt. Ah, good man. Did you get one? Galen Chow, did you get one of my leadership t-shirts? I was quite proud of that too. I mean, a guy's got what happened to MGM? I got to make my own merch. It's ridiculous. Oh, that's fantastic. Oh, great. Well, I look forward to seeing you all modeling my latest in nerdwear. I'm working on one right now. There was an ad campaign here in Canada for a beer called Canadian. It was Molson Canadian, right out of the ice or whatever it was. And it had an ad campaign called I Am Canadian. And it had this whole ad that they did where a guy got up and spoke to all these Canadian things. And it was just always kind of this sort of cheesy kind of very Canadian beer drinking kind of thing. And I just thought how funny it would be if it was more nerdly somehow. So my company, my personal company is called Canardian Corp. And so I thought I might start a line of Canardian t-shirts. And I thought what I would do is I am Canardian. And then what I've started with, of course, is a Stargate. So there's a little Stargate there. So I am Canardian, and it's like and then I thought, well, why leave it at that? I could do I am Canardian and then put a little Doctor Who TARDIS. Or then I could do I am Canardian and do like a little, so I think I'm going to do a number of geekwear things for me, little Canardian wear that I'm kind of looking forward to. T-shirt's not finalized yet, so tell me what to put on them so you will recognize me. Just put Scorpio 256 and then I'll know. Maple syrup has many applications. I'm not sure where that comes from, Bud the Broken, but I guess so. Mandy 2462's got her gates dialed by the looks of it. And what am I going to do? I'm going to go pop back to the chat on YouTube as well. Oh, Master of Stats is always a fan. David, I hope, of course, they relaunch Stargate soon. I would too. I'd very much like that. How much fun would it be fun to go back to that job? No, what are you talking about? I didn't write anything. LOL. MGM is literally a ship without a sail right now. Also, Atlantis 20th coming up. Oh my God, is it really? Blurty Dad, you're supposed to be my second brain, not my, the voice of doom. 20 years ago to this day, we walked the boards of Atlantis. Pandyland, well, thank you very much. I am now a big fan of you too. There you go. I've interacted with so many people and still I can't find people with similar interests to mine. Really? Camos, what are you into? 105. Camos 105, come on, what are you into? I bet you there is someone here who is interested in what you're interested in. I almost guarantee you. One of the most wonderful things about Stargate for me has been that I have got to meet all these incredible people because you play a genius on television. And for some reason, that gives me license to go and talk to real geniuses. Like, for that matter, James. James R. Gurney, James, I don't even know, I think we met through Q. But again, these are people I just wouldn't have met if I wasn't doing Stargate. So, and one of the things I love seeing in the chat, and I see this more and more, is people start talking to each other. I like to think they're not just here for me, that there's a sort of a community around this stuff. And it's just kind of fun to see. You've talked before about how you used to smoke. Do you ever notice the effects from the years of smoking, even years after quitting? James, I hope not. I really hope I don't. I say that because I am having respiratory issues. So I really, at the back of my mind, I always think like you deserve some kind of a lung thing because you smoke like an idiot. So I'm really hoping that's not the case. So yeah, I hope that I stopped doing that silly thing soon enough. But I smoked an awful lot. And I'm really glad I did. I'm really glad I did. I'm really glad I stopped. I'm really glad I did. That's the problem. I'm not good at moderation on things. You know what I mean? I don't have one drink. I have at least two. And so I've just found it easier just to not to do things, especially, I used to sort of run with it. But I also I feel like I used to have I used to probably just think I had more of a handle on it. Speaking of which, those 20-year anniversary, I just rewatched The Last Man yesterday. They were heavy-handed with the makeup, make you 25 older back then. I know! I'm like, what? Like, that's how, they did not, I'm looking very good by Atlantis standards, it's true. I finally watched Pin and loved it. Oh, Laura Richards, I'm sorry for the nightmares. Thank you for watching that. Thank you for digging that up. Pin. I would love to do a sequel to Pin. I think it'd be really fun to do one about like Leon coming out of the insane asylum into a modern world that he would be very uncomfortable with, I would imagine. Like when climbing stairs, you get out of breath or something. That's what I've been noticing recently, James, which is what's been worrying me. And I just assume it's probably like post-COVID related. You've nurtured an incredible community here, David, but most definitely keep doing this, if nothing else, but also definitely don't do nothing else. We want to see you in more things too. Yes, absolutely. Brimstone, trust me, I'm trying to work. It's hard to find in old and inappropriate roles these days, but they come up. And as I say, I was really kicked. It's not their fault. Bless them. They're trying to get their movie made. And I know that it's not easy, but there was this film that we were really hoping to shoot in Italy this year. And I was really, really looking forward to it. And it's just sad that it's had to get pushed. But that said, they're still going to make it. So that's good. Yes. You're looking good and you still have your hair. I still have some of my hair. Thank you very much. I don't know about looking good. I don't know why I insist on putting myself live on the interwebs after 25 minutes of pure torture. It was brutal today. The whole elliptical thing today was absolute. It's always misery, but it was more misery today. I was struck. I sort of checked thinking like, oh, that's got to be close to 15. No, it's like 7. It's one of those days where you're like, it was like, come on. All right. Well, now how long? 8. It was God, taking bloody forever. All right. I should go and greet my son, who I'm assuming will be home soon, if not already. I've been having an SGA marathon with my dad. Oh, wow. We're almost finished season 5. Wow. Just watched Michael have a fall. Wow. And you are by far my favorite character of the show. I like the way you watch Steam Geek 01. I'm a field NG, and whenever I open up a mech, I always mutter whatever Rodney quote I can think of. Oh, good for you. Well, fantastic, Steam Geek. I'm glad I can provide you with some suitable insults or sarcasm that you could be used at work. Appreciate that. Cal! How are you, Cal? I didn't expect Cal to be here. I thought this would be too much of a surprise for her. I thought she'd be like, well, sure. Lord decides to descend upon the masses to do his little exercise thing. I had to exercise, Cal. I had to do it. I just was feeling miserable, and I'll tell you, the exercises really helped. So, and ladies and gentlemen, everybody, if you haven't thanked Cal for being the Cal that she is, please do. Cal is our wonderful mod, and and I do so appreciate it. I still find it unbelievable that she shows up on a regular basis. Why am I being nice to you? Well, I've been off this for too long. Now I'm being nice to Cal. Cal's horrible. All right. ASMR for Cal. She loves that. Okay, what else we got? First time chats saying. First time chats. We haven't got a lot of first time chats today. It's a good point. I wish I were even 1% amazing as Jane is. Yeah, no kid. Well, no, wait a second. I mean, I feel trapped by that statement. She can actually tolerate this guy. I would go so far as to say she nurtures this guy. Oh, Cal. When we actually meet, are you coming to Prague? You coming to Prague, Cal? Are you coming to Basingstoke? Any of those things? Any desire? I think Jack Jastra is going to come to. Where's Jack Jastra coming to? Is he coming to Prague, or is he coming? I don't know if he's coming to Prague or if he's coming to Basingstoke. He said he was coming to one of the conventions. Actually, I said I'd get him a ticket, so I should probably find out. All right, first time chat. Who we got here? Rubisombra. I watched it today. Taylor's still a badass with that. That Rachel Luttrell is, my God, that woman. Like, she looks fabulous. She's freaking hilarious. And, a little known fact, well, maybe it's a very known fact, I don't know, but I didn't know. She gave me some writing when we were on Stargate. And just some stuff that she'd done, and I don't know why. I'm very sort of touched that she thought enough of me to show it to me. But she gave me this writing she'd done, and I was blown away. Like, it was absolutely beautiful, and it was just, and it's not my stuff. Like, it's not like I'm big on like story, characters. Like, I'm the cheesy horror action guy. But she wrote these just almost diary-like sort of tales of her life in different parts of the world. And I was astounded. Like, it was just, I was like there. I felt like I was transported back to, it was Tanzania, or wherever it was that she was talking about. I talked to her this weekend, and I said to her, like, I really hope you're writing, because I think we're missing out if you're not, frankly. So, incredibly talented woman. Anyways. All right. What if I got? I don't know. Will I be part of your entourage if I do? Oh, naturally, Cal. I would dress you all up in McKay t-shirts. Naturally. Yeah. You'd have to like hang out all the time awkwardly. Whenever I walk into a room, you have to come in first and like circle. And then I come in. I'd be like, yo, nerd is in the house. That kind of stuff. Yeah. No, you'd love it, Cal. I think you'd really enjoy it. And Cal, people are really nice to me. I think more than anything, that will drive you crazy. People will be all like, oh, Mr. Hewlett this and Mr. Hewlett that. And you'll be like, what? Who does this guy think he is? Oh, Cal, I would love you to witness that. The Hammer. The Hammer at Prague or something would be very interesting. Anyways, let me know. If you do want to enter the hell that is Hewlett World for a little while, Cal, you have to let me know, and we'll talk about it. Anyways, thanks for the story. Amazing. Rufus Sombra. Yeah, sir. Well, welcome, Rufus Sombra. I think you will find yourself very at home here. There's some wonderful people. But I gotta go. I love you. Yeah, the love hammer's gone. Oh, wait a sec. Did it? Was that the one where I do my little speech? I feel I would rather go see a Wraith defenseless than be potty training right now. You're potty training? Oh, God, potty training is tough. It's just, the problem with parenting is it is literally just managing guilt and fear. That is parenting. I just feel guilty or fearful. That's basically how I go. I've either done something wrong or I'm not doing something right. I mean, it's basically how it is. I secretly turned it off. Yeah, really secretly, Cal. I'd pay to see that interaction. There you go, James. Sign on up. Let's find out what convention we're going to. We'll all have lunch together at a sci-fi themed restaurant or something. Could you imagine that? Elizabeth with a Z. I just had one of the most cringe parenting experiences of my life this weekend. Oh no. Of your own parenting or watching someone else parent, Elizabeth? Wow, I feel those all the time without kids. What? Those moments of like potty training? Without the, yeah, I mean, kids almost manages on its own if you fear and guilt gets out of the way. Yeah, my kid, I've been very, very lucky. Oh, me parenting the kid. I'm sorry. Elizabeth the Z has had parenting. I see. Have you had parenting fails? I'm a walking parenting fail. I think my son will probably do very, very well, in spite of me, not because of me in most ways. I wear my Kurtzgesagt merch and mention it relentlessly. See what age demographics are most impressed. All right, hey James, I should get a Kurtzgesagt t-shirt. No, what are you kidding? I'm wearing my own merch. I need money. I'm wearing my own merch to these things. I'll be whoring out my t-shirts and socks. That's what I'm gonna be doing. You need to talk about stuff I did not want to talk about. I kept such a good I'm not dying inside face though. Oh God. Yeah. I don't have that face. I think my son knows right away if we're talking about something that I'm uncomfortable with or not. Because for some reason as an actor, I have no defense mode for that. Jane is the best. Jane just like, and you just like, you go like, oh, well, that wasn't a problem. And then you find out later that she was like going to murder you. Yeah, she's pretty good at that. I should probably watch more Kurtzgesagt. You should. And I just watch them all. Yeah, Tom Scott, he stopped doing his stuff. It's weird though, isn't it? Like, I feel like there's a whole bunch of those YouTubers who've been going they've been going for so long that it feels like they just hit a wall. Like they just couldn't, which I totally understand. Like I'm very, very, very fortunate in that, well, we'll see. Maybe I will have to do it for a living. If no acting roles show up, I will have to just start pursuing this as a career as well. But I think I've been very lucky in that I get to do it out of enjoyment, and also, I mean, I like the community building side of it, of course, as well. I mean, I'm an actor. It's better to have an audience than not, I suppose. But I can only imagine what a hamster wheel it is when you're on it. I've just seen a number of people really struggling with it, and the mental health aspects of it as well. I mean, we're literally conforming to algorithms. I mean, that was Tom Scott's thing, right? That he was talking about he was just saying like he would spend all this time and research and do these beautiful videos about a scientific research thing that he was working on or something, really cool and imaginative. And then like, shots of banana bread up in space or what get all the views. I mean, like, it's just such a weird thing. So you start, are you then going to pander to the are you going to pander to the algorithm? Are you not? I mean, it's a little weird. It's a little weird that we're designing content based on what YouTube finds successful. You know what I mean? I feel like it's a kind of a recipe for disaster because you get lots of the same crap reimagined. I feel like there's like 5 articles put out every day that are then regurgitated in various different ways by 5 million people every day. I mean, that just seems to be the way. Do I write? My sister is a fan and she wants to write a TV show thanks to SGA and your lives during COVID. Oh, wow. I have done some writing. I've written a couple of movies and done some development stuff. If I was to make a suggestion for writing, I would say I would say like a novelization stuff is a great way to go. But to learn the tricks of the trade, it may be worth doing some fan fiction stuff. I mean, if she really knows Stargate, it might be worth doing some Stargate scripts just to get a sense of, you can examine the scripts and see how the breakdowns are much the same. There's kind of an algorithm to scripts in general anyways. But if you want to write something personal, I really feel like it's almost better to have a story, even if it's just a short story version of it, that you can then develop into a script. But I feel like a lot of the times you get so mired down in the logistics of writing a script. And script writing is a very different art than writing. Script writing is plot. I mean, scripts are almost entirely about plot. That's they're and they're not meant to be read. They're meant to be filmed. So hey, the sun is back. How are you, buddy?
Hello.
I'm just wrapping up because I wanted to say hi.
Okay,
Have you had food?
Just made myself a sandwich.
You got something to eat?
Yeah.
How was your lunch?
You mean the blob of hummus? And
What do you mean the blob of hummus? That was a delicious.
pieces of cauliflower?
It was what? It was some mac and cheese with cauliflower and horrid. Well, that's it. You can dry bread and water for you from now on. Oh my God. I get up in the morning, I wake him up, I make lunch, and I got a blob of hummus.
Dad.
A blob of hummus on salad. But you like hummus?
Yeah, I like hummus.
It wasn't good?
No, it was great.
I gave you the tahini sauce for it as well.
I broke my phone camera.
What?
Talk about that.
How did you break that?
I dropped it in an English class. It's just the case, though.
Oh, the case is fine.
Yeah. But I took off the case, and there's still glass bits on it.
Oh, so you did break it.
I broke the case.
How old is the camera? Please feel free to talk amongst yourselves while I talk to my son. I will talk to you in a minute. I will come and have a look at it. But if there's glass involved, it's probably broken something.
It's fine. Like, it was the screen protector for the camera that broke.
Okay.
I just need to get the glass off of it.
I am skeptical, but I shall look. Anyways, the joys of multiple cell phones in a house. We're always cracking, breaking, dropping something. I actually went to get my wife has an old, what is it called? Like a Apple Watch thing. And I thought, it'd be kind of fun to have an Apple Watch. And she's got a new one. So I thought, I'll take her old one, but it's all cracked. I thought, I'll get it replaced. I'll get the lens, whatever it's called, the cover replaced. And yeah, $200 later, basically. Almost $200 to get I was like, $200? I could buy a new one for $6. And then I thought maybe I could try it myself. And then I thought, you know what, David? You've got other things to do, and chances are you're just going to screw it up even more. So you will Zelenka that so fast. All right, I get out of here. Okay, has anyone from Canada tried Shelby's shawarma poutine? No, but I will now. Shelby's shawarma poutine. Yes. We're going to need like Canadian cooking classes or Canadian like restaurant recommends and that kind of stuff. Yeah, it's I'm telling you, a whole empire is beginning now. We got the Tech Bandits for the education. We got Canadian for the cool t-shirts and sportswear. Not sportswear. I don't think I'll be doing sportswear. I'm a wizard. No, Ancriatus is a wizard. Okay, I'm out of here. What does Ancriatus fix for you? I was trying to give him help with some scripts, and he was saying stuff like, think like the camera, but I was flummoxed because cameras don't have brains, so I just gave up. The Academy Nickel competition is here, too, for any aspiring screenwriters. Oh, really? So I didn't realize. Look, I'll tell you, the best advice just from a writing standpoint, the best book to read on script writing, without a doubt, is a book called Save the Cat. So if you want to write a script, read the book Save the Cat. I highly, highly recommend that. Of all the books I've read, it was the one that got me, that sort of made sense to me. It just breaks it down into certain structures. It is a little frustrating because you start watching movies and going like, oh, here comes the all is lost moment. But yeah, it's Save the Cat. It's very, very good for the basics of that kind of stuff. But honestly, I will say this again. I think there's a lot of scripts out there, and I think a lot of the times the process of script writing gets in the way of the story or the feeling or the emotion that people are trying to tell. And I think there is a certain, and this is new to me. I don't normally recommend this, but my new take on this is I would like the idea of being able to be given a short story, perhaps a little novella or something of what you want to happen in your movie. I think would go a long way, because I think otherwise what happens is people get enamored with this. Oh, I've got 90 pages. My script is done. I feel like I feel like it's just almost a better way to flesh it out first that way. And then once you're used to writing scripts and you're used to that process, I think you could probably come back to it. But I should do another Writing Bandits, bring in a screenwriter. I've got a friend of mine who's done some really big stuff. And he might be able to offer better insights to this. The other problem for me is I write when I feel like it. I don't write. Like real writers write all the time. They just write. They write every day. There's no way around it. They're completely disciplined. I am a fair weather writer. I'm a literally a hobbyist and an amateur when it comes to writing. The real pros are the ones who are just writing every single day, whether they want to or not. Because it's got nothing to do with inspiration. It is all perspiration when it comes to writing. It really is. Anyways, all right, I'm out of here. Okay. He wrote every single scene as a story, got a green light, and they wrote the script after or something like that. I don't even know the whole story. But that's, good. Well, so maybe it's not the stupidest advice in the world, Elizabeth with a Z. Z, sorry. Right, I keep saying Z. It's just a habit. All right. ZPM white tea could use a black font. I thought the ZPMs had a black font. The only white fonts were for the black t-shirts. I believe. But I'll have a look. Thank you, Mercury Bullet. I shall have a look. There should be ZPM t-shirts that are, the white ones should have, any of the light colors should have dark writing. Any of the dark ones should have light writing. So, but I'll, it's possible. One of the things I struggle with the configuration is what the actual items are in the shop, like what ones are being sold and which one. It's slightly confusing. But I gotta say, I cannot. I mean, I've actually put them on my affiliates page now. Actually, yeah, if you want to buy anything, go to my affiliates page and click those links, because that would help me out a lot, and it wouldn't cost you anything. But one of the affiliate links I've got now is actually Shopify. I'm so impressed with how easy it is to set this up, and it's like I can sell t-shirts. T-shirts are selling. You know what I mean? Like, it's like literally I get the order and I click a couple of times to fulfill it, and off it goes. And it's a little nerve-wracking because when people buy the shirts, I pay for them. So they'll buy the shirt, my Visa gets charged for it, and then their payments go through, and then I get the money back. And if I've done the math right, I get a little bit of extra money back. But it's kind of terrifying when there was one day where we had like 20, 30 shirts. And I'm like, oh my God, my Visa. Like, is this how companies work? In fear? Anyways. All right. I'm out of here. Thank you all very, very much. Please go visit techbandits.org. Please sign up for the Email of Awesome Awesomeness. I'm trying to build that newsletter. It is just so much fun for me to do. And I'm trying to update the techbandits.org site a lot more with stuff. There's a lot of escape room stuff in there now. And I'm experimenting with AI that adds. So I'll write the article about something, and then so I'll research and write the stuff, and then I'll have AI read it and give me a list of all of the sciences that are required in it, which I thought is kind of fun. Because I don't know exactly what these things are, how these things are categorized, but AI is very good at just grabbing a list. So and then the hope there is that then people can go like, oh, I didn't know that relates to this, or oh, I hadn't thought about doing physics with optics for polar bear fur. And that's the kind of stuff that the kind of connections that I'm hoping to make for people, is sort of open the world of, inspiration for this stuff. I mean, Tech Bandits is for kids, but the funny thing is I feel like I write the articles for parents and teachers and people who are interested in sort of lifelong learning. So please go check it out, techbandits.org. All right, that's it. Oh, Cal, look at you. You're fabulous. Look at Cal. Cut, paste, cut, paste, cut, paste. I guess I should do the same thing should I do the same thing on the YouTube channel, shouldn't I? Let me do that. Techbandits.org. There you go. Yeah, go check that out. And there is a shop. There's a shop on there too, which will take you to the new Shopify store that I've done, which I'm really enjoying as well. All right, everyone. Thank you so much. I am so glad to be back to this. I don't miss the torture device that is the elliptical machine. I have missed the book, James R. Gurney. Really enjoying that. And I'm out of here. I'm totally out of here. It's my half an hour saying I'm leaving. That's generally how I do this, right? All right. So until we geek again, my friends, I will say, be brave, be kind, be brilliant. And until we geek again, cheerio and huzzah! All right. See you later. Oh, God.